Good morning, and welcome to Columbus Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Tammy Evans. I am a licensed religious science practitioner, and it is my honor to share this morning's meditation with you. Just get comfortable in your chair. Relax your shoulders. Anywhere you feel any tension. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here on so many levels. Thank you for being present. We said yes. We said yes to come at this time to offer our essence and form as part of this wave of evolution of consciousness. We enter into this dance as cosmic explorers, adventurers, wise ones, teachers, inventors. Together we carry many gifts to seek new awakenings and new worlds within worlds. This is an era of true oneness. Oneness is not a concept. It's not an intellectual knowing. It just is. It is this. We are this. And this awakened foundation is the root of every choice we are called to make in these times. Every action, every word, every touch. We inhabit a body. We have a mind. And the emergence of truth and oneness is a continual dance with all aspects of a human experience. Never separate. The waves of the ocean wash upon the shore. Again and again. Penetrating the darkest places. Kissing the wounds and washing all of it in the truth of knowingness. We are here together. We are loved and loved. We are the beloved. There is no other. What a joy to be in this dance and encounter with each individual unique taste of God. Each unique expression of this infinite mystery. Every soul has a different song. Our music combines into the most incredible harmony. We are the song. Come home. Come home. Home is here, and it will always be right where you are. Even for the most restless, weary, cosmic wanderers. Within us, for us, and around us is always home. Spirit in me, as me, is me. We are infinite, endless, a unique wonder of nature. You are this. We are this. We are seen, we are loved, and we are held. Stay steady in the storms, or let them have you. Let them carry your heart on their wing, but all the while remembering the wisdom that you are not this. This is just a wave sweeping from the ocean, returning to itself endlessly. You are love. What is it that brings us home? Home to our own hearts. In these times of great challenging moments and of great change of the planet, there are so many forces pulling us away from that sweet place we call home. Remember to always come back to this place. So intimate, so known. Look within for guidance. Within the silence, listen for answers. It is a precious place. Begin to bring your awareness back to the room. Maybe start to wiggle your toes, stretch your arms. Whenever you're ready to open your eyes. Namaste.
No.
Stretch it out.
That's right.
He wants to feel it.
Yeah. I want to plug me in.
Good morning and welcome to Columbus Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Kristen Wilcock and I am a licensed religious science practitioner, and I will be sharing the announcements with you today. A huge thank you to everyone joining us today in person and on our Facebook page for meditation and Sunday celebration. If you want to facilitate a workshop on a Sunday afternoon, please complete a 2022 CCSL workshop request form in the e-newsletter or contact the office. We would love to have you share your talents with our community. Schedule your Divine Dining event today. If you are interested in hosting to support the center, forms are in the e-newsletter or you can call the office. Everyone is invited to attend our upcoming community gathering and potluck on Sunday, July 10th. Please bring a dish to share and join our core council as they host an ice cream social and fundraiser for the center. They will be scooping out the ice cream with all of the toppings for a love offering. Join us for this casual community get-together. Save the date for the 2023 Parliament of World Religions. It will be August 14th through 18th in Chicago. There is a Super Saver rate of just $225 if you register on or before June 30th. Matt Fidel is coordinating this effort with our CCSL community to coordinate carpooling, lodging, and all of the details. So you can see or contact Matt if you are interested. We are excited to share 2 new ways to donate to the CCSL Center. We have a new web giving link and a new text to give number. These are both on the slide being shown, and you can also access them from your latest e-newsletter from Thursday, May 26th. Are you getting our monthly e-newsletter? It's full of important information about CCSL. If you're not receiving the newsletter, please leave your information with Julie before leaving today. If you would like prayer after service or any time throughout the week, you can find our prayer practitioners on our website, columbuscsl.org, or you can submit a prayer request on our Facebook page. Today after service, our practitioners will be in the anteroom just outside the doors to pray with you. That is the news for today. Let's all stand and sing our opening song, One Big Family.
Good morning. I am Reverend Erin Marie Szymanski. It is great to be back here with you again today. We here at the Columbus Center for Spiritual Living strive to be an inclusive organization that loves and supports everyone on each person's individual spiritual path, loving and supporting each other on that journey, and how Spirit shows up in us, with us, through us, and as us. I'd like to say hello to our online viewers, all of you who are with us today on Facebook. Please share this with others so that they can join us this morning as well. And we will also be posting our video of today's service on the Columbus CSL YouTube page. So you can always see that in the future. Go back and see highlights of past Sundays. There's lots of good stuff out there. Now I'd like to invite you to join us in reading our mission statement. We serve the transformation of individual lives through education, spiritual practice, and deep community, using spirit and science of mind principles as our compass. Yes. I'd like to thank practitioner Tammy Evans for her meditation today and for holding high watch for us during this service. And now I'd like to reintroduce Kristen Wilcock. Thank you.
We now begin our sacred service with the ringing of the bowls. A reading from Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind. If the spirit or divine intelligence has seen fit to give us a physical body, it would be absurd to think of the body as an illusion unworthy of our attention. Rather, we should think of the body as a spiritual instrument now. Now let the music take us within. There is only one body. There is only one mind. It is the mind of God. All wisdom, all knowledge, all insight springs from this one mind. This one mind is life itself, and we are all connected to it. Love, wisdom, clarity, intelligence, growth, and expansion are its very nature, It is this one mind, this intelligence, that creates life out of its loving nature and illuminates the way for the continuous unfolding of perfect life. And just as God is, I am, you are, we are all from the body, the mind of the infinite. In this moment now and in every moment, I embrace the clarity of the mind that is God. I focus my consciousness within, tapping into the divine wisdom that is always present. I embrace the one body, the one mind, that is the temple of life itself. In loving the temple of God, I love all of humanity. I give and receive love in all that I do. I receive the gift of expansion and step into the flow of universal intention. The intention of God to grow, create, and expand through my physical body, through me. I am the love of God. I am so thankful that the one body, the one mind expresses through me. I know that as I allow God's intelligence to reveal itself, it is already coming into manifestation, and so it is.
This week we are continuing along with the theme we've had for the month of June related to the sacredness of being embodied people. Our bodies are absolutely, undeniably miracles. If I can leave you with one thing from this whole day and this talk, it's that point. So hopefully by the time we get to the end, you're there with me. There is an entire universe in these bodies. A universe that is so imbued with wisdom that it must be divine. Let's think about the miracle of these bodies for a few minutes. So I'm going to invite you to join me on a little journey. If we could zoom down to the smallest particles that make up our bodies, that we know of at any rate, we would see atoms, the same things that make nuclear energy and atomic bombs. We'd see hydrogen, we'd see carbon and oxygen and nitrogen and other atoms, these microscopic little balls of energy that are what life is made out of. And with each atom, we'd see electrons whizzing around them at a speed that is so fast that if they were orbiting the Earth, it would only take 18 seconds. And these bodies have 6.5 octillion atoms in them. So that would be 6.5 with 26 zeros after it for some perspective, which is even just to me mind-boggling to think about. So thinking about 6.5 and 26 zeros after all of those atoms with electrons buzzing around at a speed that would only take 18 seconds to get around the whole Earth. And that's all I have to think about to think, wow, there is so much energy buzzing and vibrating and flying through this body right now. It is stunning. And then those atoms, they link up with each other, right? And they form things like water and salt and more complex molecules like hemoglobin that takes the oxygen around your body. and the particles, the amino acids that make up our DNA. Now, DNA is another really, really fascinating thing, and I'm just going to skim the surface of a lot of this stuff just to kind of give us a vast view on a surface level of a lot of these fascinating things. So the DNA that is pretty much like the blueprint for your particular body, because everybody's DNA is different, that holds the whole story of your body in it. And it's wrapped up and compacted so tight to fit down inside that cell. But if we could take it out and unwind it from a single cell, it would be 6 meters tall. That's how much information there is. And in your body, there's 30 trillion cells. So if we could take all that DNA end to end from a single human body, this is wild, it would stretch from edge to edge the entire solar system twice. And the DNA is only a fraction of what's happening inside our cells, right? Our cells are a crazy busy neighborhood. There's a factory that's producing proteins. There's another little assembly line that folds those proteins up so that that enormous amount of material can fit in such a tiny, tiny little space. There's little proteins that are carrying the others around in a huge sack from one side of your cell to another to distribute them where they need to be. There's rafts along the edges of your cells that are made out of fat that let certain things in and certain things out, and only if they have the right password or the right energy or the right way. It's amazing. Now to kind of bring it up a little scale here, I invite you to take your hand and just place it over your heart for a moment and feel that heartbeat. Your heart pumps 2,000 gallons of blood a day. 2,000 gallons without us even giving it a second thought. It just does that. There are electrical currents triggering the millions of cells in your heart to all beat at the same time in the same way in just the right pattern to do what it needs to do. There's pressure valves in that heart that prevent the blood from backflowing and creating all kinds of problems. And in the average human body, there's 100,000 miles of blood vessels. That's enough to circle the equator of the earth 4 times. And at the same time that heart is beating without a second thought from us, our lungs are breathing oxygen and carbon dioxide and other gases in and out from the air through our lungs to our blood to our lungs to the air, in and out, without a thought from us. It's amazing. And your body's immune system, and this is amazing to me too. It's all amazing. It is insanely complex. It reminds me of being in like high school or college and every year getting to a deeper level of math and thinking, oh wow, that's amazingly complex. I can't believe that it works this way. And then you get to another level of math and wow, it's even more complicated than I knew. And I can tell you by the time I got to imaginary numbers, that's when I was done. Imaginary numbers, that doesn't even make sense to me. And the immune system is very similar to that. There's these levels and levels and levels of incredible complexity, so that there's certain cells that learn how to recognize the ones that don't belong, the bacteria and the viruses and the fungus that intrude, and they recognize it. And they go and they teach other cells how to recognize it. And there's other cells that are trained just to go fight and attack and how to produce exactly the right weapons to have to kill that intruder. And it all happens in this body, in every moment, without us ever thinking about it. It just does what it needs to do. And of course, there's the brain, right? We're just beginning to scratch the surface of understanding of what our brain does and how it works. And one of the wonderful things that we've learned that fits right in with our teaching here is that the brain can actually rewire itself. It creates new pathways for its neurons as we learn new things, as we practice new things, as we change our patterns of behavior and our patterns of thought, the brain creates new patterns in itself. And so much more. I mean, have you ever thought about how the food you eat becomes you? Like literally becomes your body, right? Or how the nerves in your skin give you the experience of sensation and touch. Or how the light that hits inside your eye somehow allows you to be able to see in color, in shades, in depth. There are so many. I mean, we could go on and on and on. But I think the point is there, right? Fascinating. Fascinating. Everything that is happening in our bodies right now is happening because that 6.5 octillion atoms and the 30 million cells are all working in harmony in every moment, working together, coordinated in harmony. And if you've ever heard that saying, "You are stardust," it's absolutely scientifically true. The atoms that make up these bodies, that carbon and nitrogen and phosphorus and all that good stuff, they can only be made by the fusion that happens in the heart of a star before it explodes. And then it explodes and it spews all that good stuff out, and it later becomes the planets and it becomes us, but it came from the stars. You are a walking miracle in every single moment. A divine marvel, inspiring, awe-inspiring, and breathtaking. Absolutely sacred. Now, why would I take so much of my time today to walk through that journey of these bodies? It is to point out this incredible relationship between body and spirit, because there is no way, I don't believe, for any of that to be happening outside of the divine wisdom and the divine creative process. And these bodies, they have no way to live and be sustained except in and through spirit. It's not just that these bodies are the vessels that carry spirit around, and it's not that these bodies are surrounded in spirit like an aura. It's that these bodies are imbued with spirit down to every cell and every atom, just absolutely permeated in spirit. The way a sponge is soaked through in water, we are soaked through in spirit. The cells that are dividing in you right now, meticulously copying strands of DNA, that's divinely guided. And the breath that you just took, that is divine. And that heartbeat, that is sacred. There is a wisdom that is greater than anything we can even begin to imagine, that has created something utterly remarkable in these bodies. In our teaching, we don't believe that God created something and then stepped away to rest and just kind of watch what happened. We believe in a God that is intimately present in all of creation, in every moment. The one who's not just the creator, but who is also the sustainer. And we believe that nothing can exist outside of spirit. So that makes these bodies in spirit sacred. And if these bodies are indeed permeated in spirit, then it is not at all surprising to think that the wisdom of spirit is present in these bodies. Through our senses, Our bodies help us tap into the experience of the sacred around us. Maybe it's the warmth of the sun on our back that brings us to an awareness of spirit. Spirit within, recognizing the spirit around. Maybe it's the sparkle of sunlight on fresh snow. Maybe it's the smell of a freshly cooked meal, or the feel of crisp autumn air on the skin, or the taste of a freshly picked berry right off the vine a few minutes before. It's as if the divine that permeates us is recognizing the divine that surrounds us in a moment of oneness and wholeness and recognition. These are moments where time can literally feel like it stands still for just a moment, where troubles don't exist, and there's just wholeness. These bodies, they don't somehow separate us from the experience of holiness or the sacred. They aren't a limitation that we have to lug around while we try to be spiritual people. They allow us to experience the sacred that surrounds us, the holiness that surrounds us, as the same that is within us. Different expressions of the same God, different embodiments of the one Spirit. Our bodies are also communicating with us constantly. Maybe it's getting cramps in the gut when we're in intense, uncomfortable conversation. Maybe it's a headache when there's something we need to do that we really don't want to do. Maybe it's the feeling of butterflies in the stomach when there's something we're nervous or really excited about. There's lots of ways that our body can communicate with us. There can be niggling feelings that maybe lead you to cancel an appointment just because it feels like something's just not right, something's off. And that communication, that wisdom that shows up in our body, it can show up in other ways too, in ways we don't expect. Here's one from me for this last week. Just a few days ago, I was driving my father, my wife, my stepmother, and my 6-year-old nephew out to see the wilds, the big kind of safari land that we have out to the east. And as I was driving, I could see up ahead a deer on the side of the road. And as we got closer, it just darted out right into the freeway. We were on I-70. I'm going fast. This deer darts out on a collision course. And within a split second, all I remember is thinking in my head, no. But my body took over, and without me really having enough time to even process and think about the choices I was making, I was beeping on the horn, I was braking, I was turning to the other lane, like veering away, and I pretty much just held my breath and waited to see if there was going to be an impact. As I realized in my brain, there was no impact, I looked in my side mirror and I could see the deer had made it to the median. So of course there was some immediate relief, but then I also was filled with just this sense of wonder. Like, why did my body react in the way that it did in that moment in time? Why did I beep the horn? Why did I brake at that exact speed? Why did I turn at that particular angle? I don't know. My body took over. It did those things. This body that is permeated in spirit did those things. My body that is an expression of the one, the same one that expresses as a deer, the same one that expresses as everybody who's in that car with me, the same one who expresses as the car itself, as the pavement, as the sunlight that day. All of this spirit, the same one expressing. There is a wisdom in our bodies that is born of spirit if we choose to listen to it, and sometimes if we choose to just let go of the reins, right? Let go of the steering wheel. It may take some practice, but the wisdom is there for us. We may need to train ourselves how to listen to our bodies again, and that's okay. To listen for when we're pushing our bodies too hard, to listen to what foods our body is needing us to eat, to listen to those gut feelings and those intuitions, those instincts that are signaling to us. There is no need for us to transcend the physical in order to have sacred or even mystical experiences. The more we experience the sacredness of our embodiment, the more we come into our own wholeness, and the more we experience the divine through these bodies. Our bodies are a sacred gift. And although we like to think of them as physical expressions of who we are, they're every bit as spiritual as they are physical, because they're permeated with the divine. I will say again, every moment that we are sustained in these sacred bodies is an absolute miracle. For the next week, I'd like to invite you deeper into this miracle by giving thanks. What better response is there to a miracle anyway, but to give thanks? When you wake, give thanks to the body that kept you going as you slept without a thought from you. When you see something beautiful, give thanks for being able to recognize the divine in that beauty and the divine that is you. When you eat, give thanks. When you feel emotions in your body and intuition, give thanks. And when you catch yourself in negative self-talk about your body, change the thought and give thanks. For example, I can be down on myself about all the weight I have put on through nursing school and all the hard years and start beating myself up about it. Or I can shift it to, thank you, my body, for getting me through some very difficult years when I was not taking care of you. It's very different. Generally speaking, the more we value something, the more we want to take care of it. And without our bodies, we couldn't even be here having this experience of life. We fundamentally need these bodies to live. They are about as valuable as anything could be to us. Not to mention the fact that they are permeated in spirit and insanely wild miracles. So give thanks for your body as much as you can this week. And give thanks to your body as much as you can this week. Make it your practice. The more we see opportunities to be grateful for these bodies, the more we will find. The more we come to recognize the sacred gift that we are in these bodies, the more we come to honor and recognize the indwelling spirit within us. So give thanks as much as you can, and see how your life changes. See how your thoughts change. See how your relationship with your body changes. Because change it will. I can guarantee you that. I invite you to join me in prayer. I take a breath, knowing that this is the breath of spirit, the breath of life. I take a breath, knowing that what breathes is this sacred body, permeated in spirit. There is only one divine source of all, who is not just creator but sustainer. That one who created myself, who created all that is, all that we know and all that is yet a mystery. And moment by moment, breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat, sustains us. I claim for myself, as I claim now from everyone here, that I am a perfect divine expression. That I have the blessed opportunity of living as an embodied being. And that this body, this sacred body, it opens me up to greater, deeper, wider experiences of the divine. That each of the senses I have, they are there as a gift and a blessing, that I may encounter the divine around me and say, oh yes, I know you. We are one. I give thanks for this body, for all the ways that it has carried me and supported me and grown with me and challenged me. I give thanks for all the way my body shares its wisdom and guidance, for all the dreams it has helped me accomplish, and for all that is yet to come. I give thanks. From this place of deep gratitude, as an embodied, sacred being, permeated through and through with Spirit, I release these words now into that one, the one great embodiment, the one great sustainer. And together we say, and so it is. It's now time for the giving of our gifts. I'd like to thank you on behalf of the entire Columbus Center for Spiritual Living community for all the ways that you choose to consciously support our community here, through your tithing and financial contributions, also through your gifts of service, through your prayer, through the ways that you show up for each other every day. We thank you. We are honored to be able to be here for you in all the ways that we can as a center to support you in your spiritual growth. And we appreciate every gift that you are able to offer us. It is your conscious contributions, and the financial ones in particular right now, that help us keep this place open, that help us keep this space available to you, and help us continue living our mission and our values and growing this community into all that we know that it can be. As we engage with the law of circulation, we remember that God is our source, and that we are circulating Spirit's energy as we circulate money through giving and receiving. And if you do want to donate electronically today, we also have Robin in the back there who has the square, so that's an option for you as well. I'd like you to join me in saying our affirmation, please. My gift goes forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does its good and perfect work and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
And as we witness the law of circulation, let's sing together Karen Brucker's I'm So Grateful.
So grateful. There is one abundant source in this universe. This source is lavishly generous. Grains of sand, pollens, stars, atoms, seeds, the colorful flowers that are blooming. Everywhere there is abundance. Everywhere there is more than enough. And I know that CCSL's supply is as certain as the water that appears when I turn on the tap. I am blissfully thankful. I know that this flow of the divine is happening right now. It happens through the gifts that have been given today, and it happens through the givers. I know that unlimited abundance is what is, and I'm grateful for this knowing. And together we say, and so it is, and so we let it be. That's all it is, and so we let it be.
Thank you all for a wonderful day today, a great start to the morning. I'd like to thank practitioner Tammy Evans for meditation and for holding high watch. Also like to thank Kristen Wilcock for being on platform today as our practitioner. A big thank you to our center trio, Tony Bernardi on piano, Steve Parakis on bass, and Jimmy Casto on drums. Thank you all. It's such a wonderful thing to have our music. Thanks to Rob Kuhn on sound. Thank you to Julie Colburn, our service director. Danny Varas, who's live streaming to Facebook. We have Debbie Conkle on slides. We'd also like to thank our song leaders, Rachel Grace and Tony Miller, for leading us in our music today. To all of our volunteers who help create this space, who get everything set up for us, and also thanks for all of you for being here. We wouldn't be who we are without you. I'd also like to take a moment here before we close and acknowledge Jimmy Casto and Rob Kuhn specifically for these two gentlemen who have done so much to serve our center and offer their love and their skill and their talent for us. This is the last Sunday for now to have them with us in their particular roles. So I'd like to just acknowledge them for a moment. And if you don't mind joining me in just a great round of applause. Much love and gratitude to you both. So, we know that we all are blessed and loved in the divine, and we invite each and every one of you to join us again next Sunday and every Sunday to come in the future. If you are here with us for the very first time, we have a welcome packet that we'd be happy to give you. You can get one of those from the back there, and I think that about wraps us up. So if you ever need to reach us, you're welcome to call the center or send a message to the Facebook page. And I now invite you to join us in our blessing. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And so it is. Now let's all stand for our closing song.